All right, great near paint touch to start by Grant, and most importantly, threw it on time. You're the most open when you first catch the ball, so good attack immediately, Nehemiah making two guard you. Zeke, you should be at the top of the key. Better spacing, then Jacob would have had to choose you or Cade. But since you didn't, you allowed Reese to get back into the play due to poor spacing. So when we attack here, you got to hit Grant between now and before you get to Brandon. Then he gets an effortless paint touch or shot. You get way too deep, and although you get fouled, it's just a poor play. Make sure you pass that sooner. All right, Reese, good ball fake. It makes Gage move just enough. All right, but now you got to pass that ball sooner. Great screen by Giorgio. Way to screen a man and not an area. All right, now we got to block out. Reese has no business running in and getting that, but we don't touch people, and you're not on offense until you get the rebound. Bad defenses don't move. Decent defenses move on the catch. Great defensive move on the flight of the ball. Let's watch. On this pass, good. Way to close out with your hands up, Nehemiah. Now look at Nehemiah and Cade specifically. On the flight of the ball, they're both moving. All right, Gage, you're a little late. Make sure you're getting quicker on your movement defensively. Now, the reason it's so tough for them to get driving angles is because the whole defense is helping each other as a team. Now look at this ball fake. Reese pass fakes, it makes Nehemiah move. That's why they're so important. Good defenses need to anticipate. So good defenders are going to jump if you ball fake. That's a great pass fake and still great defense. All right. As we drive, way to help helpers and make sure you're guarding those lanes. Now, Reese wants to drive, but since Nehemiah's in a help position, he settles for a jump shot. The teams at y'all's age is going to win is the team with the most layups. The problem is y'all did not touch anybody. So now you're still on defense. You need to get that rebound. Now, Jacob, as you catch this ball on a dribble handoff, attack it. And even attack right here. If you turn the corner, Cade has to come and guard you, and Brandon's open, or you get a layup. But you're non-aggressive, you settle, and then you end up throwing a turnover. We talked about bad defenses not moving, decent defenses moving on the catch, and great defenses moving on the flight of the ball. All right, so as this ball is passed, the ball's in flight, and nobody's moving. Not a good start. You got to make sure y'all are on a string. Every time the ball moves, there's somewhere new to be. All right, so we go. Now, even here, Isaac's on an island. Galen and Colton should be in and to make sure there's no drive. And right now, y'all are playing individual defense. So I see Braylon helping in, but that's just for the entry pass, so that's okay. Gage gets a paint touch. Let's see how he got it. First thing he does when he catches is he jabs. Braylon has to respect that. Then he pump fakes, and Braylon jumps at him, and that allows him to drive by Braylon, even though Braylon had separation. And now Colton and Isaac have to help because there's no rotation for middle penetration. That's why we want that. Now here, Gage, you're inside. Even though you're on offense, you can now block out. So make sure we're not always out-athleting for the ball, and we jump up and get our rebounds. All right, so look at this possession. Everybody's guarding their individual man, whether they have the ball or not. So this isn't a good defense. Zeke should be on the midline. So when Isaac drives, he's already there. But now look what happens to Zeke's momentum since he now has to help. It's going in as Isaac's kicking out. And now Braylon's wide open and should shoot that ball. All right, EJ closed out to Colton, not you. Shoot it. All right, now EJ, when you go, stay on the ground. While you're in the air, Colton could be backdooring you. Stay on the ground on defense. All right. Let's not throw lazy passes. And this is why we record you. Look at Grant and Gunner. They're not in help side position. So if Colton drove, he'd get a layup or get fouled. Now look at a possession from earlier. If Giorgio drives, you got Zeke and Cade ready to help, and Nehemiah's gone left, so he can't go left. You got to learn to rotate on defense. EJ, right here, if you could settle in at the top of the key, that'll maintain better spacing. All right, quit hitting the ball above your head. Brandon, you can't trail guys when they're running away from the ball. You got to jump a pass away. Now look at this. Gunner cuts. He's literally wide open while you're still out there at short corner. Now here, as guys try to get open, everybody's trying to get open while Zeke has the ball, but nobody's touching anybody. Everybody's just running around. Even when Grant, he sets his back screen on Brandon, after he sets it, he should bump Reese, then get the ball. If Reese were to chase, he'd probably get a steal, but you just pop only. Make sure y'all make contact. Now, this is great defense by Reese, great stance. Of course, y'all are playing with the rules, no dribbles, but still, that's how I want y'all. Don't let a guy look through you, all right? Now, as we go here, it's the same thing. Guys are cutting and not touching anybody. Make sure you touch. EJ, there you go with that ball above your head again. You can't shoot from that, attack from that. You only can pass. So you got to play more aggressive. All right, so here, Galen does a good job of settling in, being an arm's length away. Cade, you have to step into him and stay low. You step back and get the ball over your head. So now you're on your heels. There's nothing you can do. but throw a desperation pass. Galen, you can't turn your back to the guy you're guarding because then he relocates like Cade does, and he gets literally a wide open shot. Now, if you're on the court, let's see who touches somebody and blocks out. So this is fool's goal. Colton gets the rebound, but he didn't touch anybody. You can't live off that. What's really impressive is these ball screens. Y'all are setting nailing ball screens. Grant sets it. All right, look at this pass from Zeke. Outside hand, left hand. Skills jump off the court at people. Now, because of that screen, look at Jacob closing out to EJ. That was an opportunity to drive, EJ. All right, now look at the ball pressure from Brandon as he's mirroring the ball. Great. Don't let a guy look through you. Grant is wide open. Zeke sets a perfect screen again, and because of the ball pressure, Grant couldn't get a shot up. Nice lead pass over the top where only Grant can catch it, and he's 4 feet from the basket. That's another skill touch pass. Good stuff. Finish that, Grant. All right, so now, Brandon, be ready for the ball. You're wide open. Nobody but your teammate Reese is close to you if you're ready to shoot, but you're standing straight up. Of course, if it's not a perfect pass, you can't shoot it. And so now you give up a pass that should have been a shot. And since y'all don't have dribbles, now let's see what y'all end up with. Here's another great screen from Giorgio. He might be screener of the day. All right, now, that's the contested shot that you get instead of the one that if you were ready, you would have gotten. You got to be ready with the ball. Hey, be ready for more videos. I'll send a couple more later.